Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, then you're welcome. My name is Modebe Gabriela Ifoma and I am a Christian YouTuber based in Abuja, Nigeria. So if this is your first time stopping by my channel, you are welcome. So I think I do more of story time. I talk about motherhood, talk about my faith, talk about marriage, relationships. And today from the topic, it's very sensitive because, a lot of people feel like, when God has said a thing, like when God says, oh, this is the man, God cannot say no. Okay, God cannot say let go. So this video is to address the whole misconception and also to kind of talk to single ladies or single guys who are struggling with this. Like you feel like, okay, I heard God before I started this relationship. Why is that at this point he's saying I should let go? Why is he telling me to let go of this person? This person is so nice, it's so good. This person is like my future spouse and I'm just struggling with this. Okay, when I was struggling with this, I think I tried to check YouTube and I didn't really see so many videos about it. And let's get to the video. But before I get there, please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe. I give you some seconds to go. So I'm going to count to 5. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I hope you've subscribed or at least liked this video to let me know that you enjoy this kind of content, and I'll keep bringing it to you. So now guys, let me get to it. So how did God ask me to leave a courtship after he has given me a yes? And now this what I'm about to talk about is kind of sensitive because there were people involved, and I'm not in any way trying to bash them. Maybe my ex or people. We had people in the ministry who were also involved who were broken emotionally because they felt like I betrayed them or like I betrayed their trust. There's still some people who still think I'm that selfish, self-centered fool. And it's fine for you to have every it's okay. I do not blame you. I do not blame your feelings. You're okay. It's okay for you to feel the way you feel. And but I'm just telling my story. I'm saying things the way they are or the way they were, and saying them the way the Lord led me to go about them. Maybe some of my methodologies were not right, but I had to obey radically, and I knew that if I hadn't, my marital season wouldn't have been activated. So that being said, let's get to the story. All right, so sometime in school, sometime when I was in my 200 level, I met this guy. It was good, and I think it was my 100 level in the university or college, like some other people call it, but I was like a freshman in college, that kind of thing. So I met this guy through a mutual friend, and we kicked it off, started talking and all of that. I don't think I really want to go into the story of how we met and all, but anyway, we intended to get married, I think sometime at the 3rd year of the relationship, but it didn't work out because we didn't have parental approval. My mother said, I don't think this is your husband. And for every time I would go to God, I'm like, God, so what's going on? My mom is saying this guy is not my husband, but somehow I had peace about the guy. I was okay with him. I was cool with him. So, I said, okay, God, I'm just going to give this some time. And because their reasons at that time were not congent, like they were just talking about where he's from, like you can't marry somebody from that place and all of that. So I felt, okay, now that reason is not such a good reason for me to let go of this man that God has revealed to me as my husband. So yeah, things kept going on. We kept moving on. It wasn't easy because, you're dealing with your parents not approving of what you're doing. And, somehow you feel like, okay, God is leading you to do this. And you have a few people, spiritual people who are like, I think there is God in this. And, so things had to go on. We had to continue to move on. We're just, taking the relationship one step at a time and all. So I think at about, I think in the fifth year of the relationship, tried again with my parents after praying and praying and fasting and trusting the Lord for a change. Tried again with my parents, but that time they were like, no, 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 no. It's a no. It's a no from us because we feel like this is not the man. This is not the man. And I was like, why? And they were saying because of where he's from. And I was like, no, that's not a good reason enough for me to, because I don't believe in discriminating. I believe like I could marry from any region in my country. I could marry anyone as long as we are one family. I mean, the family of Christ. Like, I feel as though once someone is born again, then we're good to go. So that didn't stop me. That didn't stop me. So we continue still praying, still trusting God. And I think at about the fifth year or so, we started a ministry together, a singles ministry, which was our way of saying, okay, God, you know what? We're handing this over to you. We're trusting you in this process. Only you can do this and all of that. But I think at some point I began to really fret and I felt like I could make this work by myself. At first it was me talking to my parents and trying to reason with them and pray, and all of that. But I think it now got to a point where I was really trying to get things into my own hands, trying to make it work, trying to get them to agree with force, talking back at them, being insultive. I'm going to be frank with you all. I wouldn't hide things from you guys, and being insultive, trying to just be violent. Yeah, I got to that point where I was like, just talking to my parents like without honor, throwing the honor out of the window, and so many other things that I did and I said that were really hurtful. And if you watch the video I uploaded before now, I think I'm going to link it up somewhere. Maybe I'll put it as a card, when I talked about how I activated my marital season, forgiving some people like my parents, asking them to forgive me, and finally coming to terms with their decision, and loving them still and all. So please be sure you check out that video, because really you have a lot to learn from it. So basically, the ministry started. It was a singles ministry. It was doing okay. It was doing well. We're doing things together, serving the Lord together. But still, my parents are like, this is still not your husband. And the thing that was hurting me the most was like, anytime I go to the Lord, I'm like, Lord, I really want to let go of this guy. God is like, I think you should wait. It's not like I think, say, wait. Like, my parents are saying no. So it's just like, wait. Okay, so I'm like, all right, okay, God, whatever it is, have your way. But, it got to a point where I now became so depressed. I think that was at year 8, at the 8th year of the relationship. I got so depressed. I got so angry with God. I was so angry with God. I'm going to tell you all, like, I stopped going to church. I just stopped going to church. I spent most of my nights crying out my eyes. I remember one particular night, I walked out of my house at 12 midnight in my nightwear, and I went to the middle of the road and just screamed to the Lord for help. And, at that time, I just knew that I had had enough. I was tired of trying to make it work myself. I was tired of talking to people. I was tired. I was just tired. 8 years. I was just tired. And I said, God, you know what? At this point, I'm going to submit to your will. Whatever it is you want me to do, I'm going to do whatever it is. But I am just so exhausted. I'm tired. I'm tired. And, Thank God it led me to my spiritual mom, who helped me, who prayed for me, who helped me to go through that time when I was depressed. And I came out of it. I got a coach. Oh, thank you, coach. I got a coach who, a life coach actually, who also helped me put my feelings where they should be, and really helped me kind of organize my heart, my mind, and understand what was important and what wasn't, and to really move forward. I just needed to move forward in my life because I felt like I was stuck, and I was stuck for so long. Give me a minute. Let me check on my son. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. So, like, I just, I just couldn't take it anymore. So in that 8th year, uh, I felt like, in as much as I had heard go ahead in the first year, I think a few things have gone down, and I'm going to be truthful to you guys. A few things that had happened. I know there's something about God. When God gives you something, He wants you to take care of it like it is His. It's not about you anymore. You don't try to make it work yourself. Neither should you try to compromise. That's the word. Now, it wasn't like, in fact, there were so many things that had happened over the years, and I felt as though I don't know what word to use. I don't know what word to use. I felt as though the relationship has now turned to an idol. Number one, it has turned into an idol. It has turned into something that was so like I was holding on so tight. And even when God gives me an instruction, I'll first of all consider the relationship before, that whole thing. I don't know if you guys understand, but a lot of things had happened. So I mean, this was the 8th year of this courtship, and ministry was still going on. I was making progress in my life, and I'd come out of the depression and everything. But this time around, I was now seeking the Lord intensely. I was like, God, if there's a change in instruction, I'm willing. I just want to know. And I think that was the point God began to talk to me about, how He can lead you in a certain way, and it was just temporary, and He has a much more permanent leading for you. Basically, it was like a prototype. That's the word. I know this is not everybody understands this. Even back then, when someone would be telling me this, I'm like, are you sure you really, really, really heard God? Because if you really, really heard God, you would not even be doing this. You would not even be saying this. But really, I know who I heard. I heard God. I really heard Him. So like, okay, even if I had not heard, even if I had not, how about other people who heard God and confirmed? And so that aside, so and God began to talk to me about how He can lead you in a certain way, and at the end of the day, He can take it away from you. Whatever He gives to you, He can take away, right? And how He can lead you in a certain way, but that is not like the permanent fix. It's your obedience is looking out for. So when God began to talk to me about that, and gradually began to tell me to get ready, I'm about to enter into a new season. There were radical instructions the Lord was giving to me, and I had to be obeying them. So guys, one day, I will never forget that day. I heard the Lord. We had like a quarrel, or like yes, it was a quarrel. If you watch my video to this point and you've still not subscribed to my channel, like, what are you waiting for? Please go and I said go right now and go and subscribe to my channel. So guys, as I was saying, so that day we had like a misunderstanding. That's the word I'm going to use. We had a misunderstanding, and I remember sitting on the floor and asking the Lord, what next? What was it He would want me to do? And I remember He told me to let go of the relationship. I called up young man the next day, and we sat together, and I told him, the Lord is leading me to let go of this. It wasn't easy. I don't even want to go into everything that happened afterwards, but I obeyed God. I remember I broke up with him on a Sunday, and the next Monday, I responded to a message that my husband dropped for me on my Facebook, and we hit stop from there. Now we didn't meet on Facebook. So if you've not watched how we met, you should go and watch that video. So immediately I obeyed on a Sunday, and on a Monday, you can imagine, I'm here having a conversation with my now husband. To be frank with you, it wasn't easy letting go of that relationship, because there was a whole lot that was, there was just a whole lot. And it wasn't easy for me emotionally too, because, but at the end of the day, I would want to always share the testimony is that God has triumphed. God has triumphed because He's such a good God. Yes, the ministry had to be shut down, and I just had to let everything go. Now submit my ministry under my husband. In fact, I am so happy at the outcome of everything. I'm happy about how everything turned out. So if you are scared, I want you to understand that God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He knows everything, knows the end from the beginning. So don't think that you letting go of that relationship was going to be the end of your life. You will never meet anybody. As long as it's the Lord that is leading you, and you're not taking that decision based on every other thing or societal pressure, trust the Lord. Just trust Him. He has it all figured out. To be frank with you, don't even struggle with God. Don't struggle with God. Today, I'm happy. My parents, everyone is happy. Everyone is just happy. I'm just so excited at how God is a keeper of His word. And now looking back at it, I'm like, all the words that God was giving me all those years, they're actually for my now husband. Like, therefore, where I am now, the ministry we're doing, like everything is just about now. And it wouldn't have even, I don't know if it would have worked. I don't know the end from the beginning, but I have a God who knows the end from the beginning. So don't struggle with any decision God is asking you to take. If you're saying you should let go of a relationship, please let it go. I beg you, please let it go. Your thinking is limited, your mind is limited, you don't know it all. Why don't you just trust Him? Why don't you trust Him? Trust Him enough. You need to trust God enough. Trust Him enough. So if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe. I hope you have a great day, and please ensure you give this video a thumbs up if you love it and you want me to be bringing content like this to you. All right, so you take care of yourselves. Ensure you obey God, because it pays to obey Him. Bye.